Undercover CEO goes to his jewelry store and gets insulted by a Karen employee. The scene opens inside a luxurious jewelry store in Fresno, USA. The glass display cases sparkle with diamonds, reflecting the high-end atmosphere of the boutique. The area manager, Carla, a well-dressed, confident woman in her early 40s, strides in, holding a $50,000 diamond ring in a sleek black velvet box. She places it on the counter with care, the weight of the ring's value apparent as the employee's gazes follow her movements. Vanessa, a stylish but arrogant saleswoman in her late 20s, is the first to glance at the ring, her eyes lighting up greedily. Emma, in her early 20s, remains composed, her professionalism shining through despite the allure of the expensive diamond. Carla, smiling slightly, scanning the room. This ring is worth $50,000. Whoever sells it gets a 10% commission, $5,000 in cash. Vanessa's eyes practically glow with excitement, her lips curling into a greedy smile while Emma simply nods, taking it all in without showing much reaction. Carla, leaning in slightly, her tone serious. And even better, the person who sells it will be considered for his store manager position. Vanessa's gaze flickers between the ring and Emma, sizing up her competition with sharp eyes. She can practically taste the promotion already. Emma, on the other hand, doesn't flinch, her focus entirely on finding the right match for the customer, not the reward. Carla, with a knowing smile, walking toward the door. Make sure it's a good fit, ladies. I'll be back soon. As Carla exits, Vanessa immediately turns to Emma, her face twisted into a smirk. Vanessa, voice dripping with sarcasm, raising an eyebrow. Guess you better get in line, newbie. I'm not here to play second fiddle to anyone. Emma, ever the professional, simply offers a calm smile, refusing to let Vanessa's words get under her skin. Emma, gently maintaining her composure. I think we should just focus on finding the right match for this ring, Vanessa. A customer deserves the best, not a competition. Vanessa scoffs loudly, clearly unimpressed by Emma's calm demeanor. She rolls her eyes and crosses her arms, dismissing Emma's words as naive. She steps closer to the counter, eyes locked on the diamond ring, her thoughts already drifting to what she could do with the $5,000 commission. Vanessa, mocking. Oh, please, who are you kidding? You think a customer wants someone like you helping them pick out a ring? Look at yourself. You've barely been here 6 months. I've been in this game for years. Emma remains unfazed, her voice still polite, but firm as she steps toward the counter to examine the ring. Emma, calmly but with a hint of warmth. I think the customer will appreciate honesty and guidance. We're here to help them, not impress them with how long we've been working here. Vanessa's face tightens at Emma's words. She takes a step back, crossing her arms, her gaze never leaving the ring. The tension is thick in the air, and it's clear that Vanessa won't let the situation go without trying to throw Emma off balance. Vanessa, sneering, her tone dripping with arrogance. Well, good luck with that. I don't know if honesty is going to get you anywhere. This business is about who you know and how much you can sell. Emma's expression softens. She knows that Vanessa's attitude won't change, but she refuses to lower herself to that level. Instead, she turns to face her coworker with an air of diplomacy. Emma, offering a polite smile, refusing to engage in the drama. Let's just make sure we focus on the customer. That's the most important thing. Vanessa rolls her eyes dramatically, clearly frustrated with Emma's unwavering professionalism. She walks away with a scoff, muttering something under her breath. The door chimes as Carlos Herrera, the undercover CEO of the jewelry store, walks in. In his worn-out hoodie, jeans, and cap, he blends in with the crowd, trying to appear as just another regular customer. As he casually checks his watch, there's a subtle air of authority beneath his casual appearance. A man of means hiding behind a carefully crafted disguise. Carlos inherited his family's luxury jewelry business, a company that has been passed down through generations. His father started the company from humble beginnings, focusing on exquisite craftsmanship and ethical sourcing. After his father's passing, Carlos took over the business and grew it into one of the most respected jewelry chains in the region. However, with the growing success, Carlos became concerned about the quality of customer service at his stores and the attitudes of some employees. To ensure his company stayed true to its values, he began going undercover to get a first-hand look at how things were running behind the scenes. He didn't just want to hear about problems, he wanted to experience them himself. Carlos made it a point to visit his stores without anyone knowing he was the CEO. He wanted to see honesty, professionalism, and genuine care for customers, the qualities his family had always upheld. It was more than just about the jewelry, it was about keeping the company's reputation intact. As he approached the counter in his disguise, he wasn't just looking for a ring, he was looking for a reflection of his company's soul. As he strolled toward the counter, Vanessa immediately noticed him. Her eyes narrowed as she sized him up, her brash attitude already clear. Vanessa, mocking sneer on her face. "Can I help you? Or are you just here to waste our time like most people?" Carlos, his youthful face and brown skin hiding his true identity, looks up, his sharp eyes scanning the situation with calm precision. He smiles faintly, masking the weight of the responsibilities he shoulders as CEO. Carlos calmly with a slight smile. "Actually, I was just checking my watch. But if you're free, I'd love to take a look at some rings." Vanessa scoffs, her judgment evident in her eyes. She rolls her eyes, assuming this man is just another time waster. She doesn't expect him to be serious about purchasing anything. Vanessa, mocking, rolling her eyes. "Sure, I'll show you our cheapest options. No point wasting your time looking at diamonds." Her words cut, but Carlos doesn't flinch. He knows that not everyone will see past the surface, and he doesn't let her dismissive tone bother him. Carlos, still calm, undeterred by her tone. "Well, I'm looking for something special, perhaps something for my girlfriend." Vanessa raises an eyebrow, clearly disinterested in what he says. She's already made her judgment, and it doesn't include him being a serious buyer. Her attention shifts away from him as she makes her way to the display case with a hint of disdain. Meanwhile, Emma, a young but professional saleswoman, notices Carlos's calm and respectful demeanor. There's something genuine about him, and she responds warmly, sensing an opportunity to provide great service. Emma, smiling, offering her assistance. "We have some beautiful pieces that might fit what you're looking for. If you're interested in something more special, I'd be happy to show you." Vanessa scoffs in the background, but Carlos looks at Emma, thankful for her more genuine approach. His eyes soften as he leans in a little closer to her, his tone becoming more personal and sincere. Carlos, softly, almost confidential. "I'm actually looking for a ring. I'm going to propose to my girlfriend soon, and I want it to be perfect." Emma's face lights up, clearly moved by the sweetness of the moment. This is what she loves about her job, helping people find something meaningful. Emma, her face glowing with excitement. "That's wonderful. I'd be happy to help. Let's find the perfect one." As Emma leads Carlos toward a selection of rings, explaining their unique characteristics, Vanessa looks on with disdain. She mutters under her breath, watching the interaction between Emma and Carlos, her frustration building. She doesn't like how easy it is for Emma to charm this regular guy, and it's starting to eat away at her. She steps in, her voice dripping with sarcasm as she tries to belittle the situation. Vanessa, interrupting, her tone mocking. "Let me guess. You think he's here to buy a ring for his girlfriend, right? Please, look at him. There's no way he could afford something like that." Carlos, who has been trying to maintain his cool, now feels the sting of her words. However, he doesn't let it faze him. He's used to people underestimating him. Instead of responding to her taunt, he looks back at Emma, who's clearly trying to help him. Carlos, calm but firm, speaking to Emma. "Actually, I'm very serious about this. I've been saving up for a while now, and I want it to be perfect for her." Vanessa can't hide her disdain as she watches Emma guide Carlos through the options, carefully explaining each ring's design and the meaning behind it. Vanessa's own bitterness begins to boil over, and she snaps. Vanessa cutting in sharply, voice dripping with sarcasm. "You're wasting your time, Emma. Why bother giving him a sales pitch? He can't even afford a nice piece." Carlos doesn't flinch. Instead, he leans in slightly toward Emma, his voice gentle but sincere, almost as if he's sharing a secret. Carlos whispering, his tone more serious now. "I want to make this perfect. It's important to me." Emma is visibly touched, her smile widening. She takes the opportunity to share more about the rings with Carlos, describing their craftsmanship and significance. Emma, gently guiding him through the options. These pieces are designed for moments like yours, where you want something more than just a beautiful ring. It's about meaning, and we'll find something that speaks to both of you. Vanessa watches from the sidelines, her frustration growing. She mutters something under her breath as she watches Carlos's face soften in response to Emma's words. Seeing how easily he connects with her, this only adds fuel to her already simmering jealousy. But things are about to take a sharp turn as the door chimes again. This time, a new customer enters. A well-dressed, wealthy-looking man, radiating confidence, steps inside, immediately catching Vanessa's attention. She straightens up, putting on her best smile, excited at the prospect of another potential sale. As the man strides toward the counter, Vanessa steps forward eagerly, her voice much more flattering and upbeat than it was toward Carlos. Vanessa, sweetly with a smile that doesn't reach her eyes. "Hello, sir. How can I help you today? Looking for something special?" The rich man nods confidently, clearly already thinking about the big purchase he's about to make. Vanessa, sensing a sale on the horizon, wastes no time in offering her assistance. But what happens next will turn everything on its head. The rich man gestures toward the diamond ring on display, a gleaming, flawless piece that catches the light in a way that makes it impossible to ignore. Rich man, smiling smugly, trying to show off. "I'll take the diamond ring in the case, the one that looks like it's worth a fortune." Vanessa's eyes light up, her mind racing with thoughts of a huge commission. She quickly moves toward the counter, unlocking the glass display case with a practiced flick of her wrist. She handles the diamond delicately, as if it's already hers. Vanessa, flashing a winning smile, trying to stay professional but visibly excited. "An excellent choice, sir. This one's a true statement piece. Definitely in the league of the finest." Rich man with a proud grin, voice oozing confidence. "Yeah, I know. I've been eyeing this one for a while. The wife's gonna love it. You know, I've been buying only the best stuff lately. Designer clothes, custom watches. You get the vibe." Vanessa, eager to lock in the sale, nods approvingly, clearly impressed by his self-assuredness. Vanessa, with a sly smile, leading him toward the counter. "It's always great to treat yourself to the finer things in life. Let's get this squared away then." She proceeds to swipe his card confidently, expecting the transaction to go through without a hitch. But when she swipes it, the machine beeps sharply, the screen flashing "declined" in big red letters. Vanessa's smile falters for just a second, and she raises an eyebrow, looking at the rich man with a mix of confusion and disbelief. Vanessa, trying to keep her cool. There seems to be an issue with your card, sir." The rich man's grin begins to fade as the reality of the situation sets in. He looks at her, clearly flustered now, and swipes the card again, a little more urgently. But once again, the machine beeps, rejecting the transaction. Vanessa, more pointed now, trying to mask her growing frustration. "Sir, it seems that your card really isn't going through." The rich man's face grows red with embarrassment as the illusion of wealth begins to crumble. He shifts uncomfortably, looking around the store, hoping no one is noticing, but there's no hiding it now. Rich man, trying to save face, voice shaky. Well, you know, it must be some mix-up. These cards, they get maxed out when you're living the lifestyle I am, right?" Vanessa, now annoyed and slightly suspicious, crosses her arms, raising an eyebrow. Vanessa, coldly, not buying his act. Sure, sir." The rich man clears his throat, visibly uncomfortable now, but still trying to hold on to his facade of wealth. Rich man, sheepishly with a forced laugh. "Look, I'll be honest. My clothes, my watch, they're not real. And my card, it's maxed out. I've been flexing on people, but I guess this ring's out of my league after all." Vanessa's expression hardens, her patience running thin as she stares at the man who had tried so hard to act like he was someone he clearly wasn't. The air in the store grows tense as she takes in his admission. Vanessa scoffing, her voice laced with disgust. "Really? You came in here acting like you could buy the whole store, and now you're admitting you're all talk?" The rich man's face turns a deep shade of red. and he stumbles over his words, trying to backtrack and regain some of his lost pride. Rich man, nervously offering a weak smile. Hey, it's all about appearances. But hey, can I at least get a picture with the ring? I'd love to show it off to some friends, even if I can't actually afford it. Vanessa's anger bubbles up. She's been insulted by this guy trying to act like he's something he's not. Now, he wants to take a picture like it's all just a game to him? Her jaw clenches and her eyes narrow. Vanessa, her voice sharp, holding back her frustration. Really? You think you can just pretend to be someone else? Make a fool of everyone here, and then ask for a picture? The rich man, caught off guard by her sudden shift in tone, stammers. Rich man, desperately trying to salvage something. Come on, I swear it's not like that. Vanessa, cutting him off, her voice rising. You've wasted enough of my time already. I'm not here to make your little fantasy come true. She turns sharply, walking away from the counter and leaving the rich man standing there, embarrassed and deflated. The tension in the air is palpable, and Carlos, who had been silently watching this unfold, smiles inwardly at the scene. He'd seen this kind of thing happen before, but the rich man, with his ego bruised and his facade shattered, tries to hold on to what little dignity he has left as he shuffles out of the store, his head hanging low. Meanwhile, Vanessa, her mood soured, gives one final disdainful glance in his direction. Vanessa, under her breath, muttering, "What a joke." Before we find out how this undercover CEO handles the situation, don't forget to subscribe to Undercover Files. Without missing a beat, Carlos steps forward, exuding quiet confidence. He looks at the ring with calm resolve. Carlos, to Vanessa firmly, "I'll buy the ring." Vanessa, her eyes narrowing with a mix of disbelief and mockery, gives him a dismissive look, clearly unimpressed by his appearance. Vanessa, mockingly, "Oh, really? And how do you plan to pay for it? Do you even have the credit for something like this?" Carlos calmly reaches into his pocket, pulling out a thick stack of cash. He holds it up, letting the bills slide through his fingers with a casual flick. Vanessa's smirk falters as she stares at the money, her disbelief growing. Vanessa, insulting, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "You're paying with cash. Must be drug money, right?" Before Carlos can respond, the area manager, Carla, steps through the door, catching the tail end of the conversation. She stops short, sensing the tension in the room. Her eyes immediately fall on Carlos, and she quickly assesses the situation. Carla, in disbelief, walking over to Vanessa. "Do you have any idea who you've been insulting?" Vanessa blinks, confused, as Carla gestures toward Carlos. Carla, calmly, but with authority. "This is Carlos Herrera, the owner of this store and the CEO of the entire jewelry chain. He owns this company, and you've just insulted him." Vanessa's face turns a shade of pale as her world crumbles. Her smug expression vanishes, replaced by a look of sheer panic. Vanessa, stammering, attempting to recover. "Wait, I didn't know. I thought..." But Carla doesn't give her a chance to finish. Carlos, turning to Vanessa, his voice calm but firm. "Vanessa, I heard everything. You treated me with disrespect the moment I walked in. You judged me based on my appearance, and when you thought I wasn't going to buy anything, you mocked me. That kind of behavior has no place in this company." Vanessa opens her mouth to speak but finds no words. Carlos pauses, his tone serious. "You've shown a complete lack of professionalism, and you need to understand that people's worth is never determined by their appearance or their status. It's how we treat others that defines us." Vanessa, trembling, bites her lip, avoiding his gaze. Carlos, firmly but not cruel. "Here's your lesson. Instead of firing you, I'm giving you a different kind of punishment. For the next 2 months, you'll be sweeping the floors of this store. You'll spend every day reminding yourself of the respect you should have shown me, and every other customer that walks through this door." Vanessa's face goes white, her chest tight with humiliation. She tries to protest, but no words escape her lips. Carlos, calmly, his voice carrying authority. "You'll be on cleaning duty for 2 months. You'll earn your way back into people's good graces, and maybe, just maybe, you'll learn what it means to respect others, regardless of their appearance." Vanessa stares down at the floor, unable to look him in the eye. Her world has completely crumbled and the weight of the punishment starts to sink in. She can feel the eyes of everyone in the store on her. Carlos, shifting his gaze to Emma, who has been standing quietly throughout. On the other hand, Emma, you've shown me true professionalism. You've treated me with respect and kindness, and you didn't judge me the way Vanessa did. Emma's eyes widen in surprise. She hadn't expected this at all. Carlos, smiling warmly, I'm promoting you to store manager. You've earned it. Emma's jaw drops, her eyes welling with tears as she processes the unexpected turn of events. Emma, almost in disbelief. Wait, what? You're promoting me? Carlos, nodding, his voice sincere. Yes, you've proven that respect and service come before anything else. Congratulations, Emma. You're going far. Emma, humbled and overwhelmed with gratitude, finally finds her voice. Emma, tears in her eyes, voice shaky. Thank you so much, Carlos. I won't let you down. Carlos, smiling warmly. I know you won't. He turns to leave, but before exiting, he addresses the entire store with one final lesson. Carlos, calmly, his voice carrying weight. Remember this, in business and in life, integrity is everything. Treat people with respect, no matter who they are or how they appear. You'll never go wrong if you live by that rule. With that, Carlos walks out of the store, leaving behind a stunned Vanessa, who stands silently with her head bowed. Emma, still in shock, looks around, grateful for the opportunity, while Carla watches the scene unfold, nodding in approval. As Carlos exits, Vanessa begins her humbling task of sweeping the floors, a powerful reminder of the consequences of disrespect. Now your turn. What would you have done in this situation? Let us know your story in the comments below. We love hearing from our viewers and might even feature your story in an upcoming episode.